Imagine you are grocery shopping, and as you are in the produce section, you notice a 5-year-old wreaking havoc everywhere. He's grabbing some of the tomatoes and throwing them. He's unraveling the plastic bags that are meant to put your produce in. And as the misters are coming down to water the produce, since it's hot outside, he decides to get on top of the produce and underneath the misters in order to cool down. And just at that moment, when you're about to give him that look, you notice a somewhat frazzled, slightly embarrassed woman make a beeline to him, right, to take him from underneath the misters and firmly grab his arm and take him with her. Well, who is this woman? Well, it's obviously his mom. Well, how do you know? Well, because she's not going to discipline some random kid in the store, but she is going to discipline her son. Right? Discipline was proof of sonship. That discipline proved that he belonged to her. The discipline that God gives us is no different. It's proof that we are his son or daughter. It's proof that we belong to him. So what is our response to such discipline? Well, let's read Hebrews 12, verses 4 through 11. So it's 8 verses, but well worth listening to. In your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding blood. And have you completely forgotten this word of encouragement that addresses you as a father addresses his son? It says, "My son, do not take light the Lord's discipline, and do not lose heart when he rebukes you, because the Lord disciplines the one he loves, and he chastens everyone he accepts as a son. Endure hardship as discipline. God is treating you as children. For what children are not disciplined by their father? If you are not disciplined, and everyone undergoes discipline, then you are not legitimate, not true sons and daughters at all. Moreover, we have had human fathers who disciplined us, and we respected them for it. How much more should we submit to the Father of spirits and live? They disciplined us for a little while as they thought best, but God disciplines us for our good in order that we may share in his holiness. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it." So you get the sense, right, that the author is writing to an audience that feels a bit weary. And perhaps some self-pity is sinking in from some of the discipline they are receiving. That would obviously never happen to us, right? Okay, maybe it would. But let's notice a few things about discipline. So first, God disciplines those he loves. The opposite of this in Scripture is that we see God sometimes gives people over to their sin, to what they want. Well, that may seem pleasant in the moment. That is the furthest thing from what we really want. Discipline reveals that we are children. So second, even in a human sense, we understand that parents or teachers have needed to discipline us at some point. If we submitted to that under imperfect people, how much more so under a perfect Father? And third, this discipline produces holiness within us. It is a means by which we bear the family resemblance. Now, part of our human nature is that we don't like to be corrected. We don't like to think of ourselves as being less than perfect. And therefore, our natural human reaction can be to get defensive. The problem with this is, rather than the discipline having its full, efficient effect, we can sabotage the refining effects of it by falling into pride and self-pity. Rather than feeling pity when disciplined, what should really make us feel pitied is if we were never disciplined. Discipline is a means by which God pulls into us. So why would we pull away from him amidst discipline? So I want to leave you these 2 quick questions. How have you been resisting God's discipline in your life? And what would it look like to lean into it rather than away from it?